Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to part two of tonight's live stream of the Ferenghi, what I'm calling the acquisition class starship. And welcome to Sick Jim. How's it going, Jim? Looks like Jim's in the house. Welcome to the stream. This is my second round tonight. I did a little bit of work on this guy earlier. Got all these panels repainted. Got the engine grill here painted up with some copper down there, some red. Threw some copper in these little venti areas here. Jim says, I'm good. Hope you are. I'm doing okay, buddy. I'm doing all right. I've got some paint around the front here. I'll leave those just kind of the way they are. These triangular holes, I'll just leave those. I'm not going to try to get paint in there. And got a little silver on the bottom, a little bit right there. So I got all my paint markers here. Got all these guys. And I'm just going to kind of go bananas. Just move this airbrush stuff out of the way. One sec. Stow that safely in the side compartment. Let's get some light on here. Got my looky-loos there so I can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, I can't see what I'm doing. Put those on. All right. Shows Jim's watching on a vertical stream on your phone. If you prefer to watch it the other way, you can go to the channel and pick the landscape mode stream. There's two different versions going out right now. All right, let me just find my little brush. My little brush, but I want to do have a little brush because I am using some paints for some things. So I want to get a bit more of this copper. And the paint marker itself here is kind of a little too bulky, I think, to get into these spots. If I can get it to just sort of lay in there, fill the little indentations. So I'll get this little brush here to get rid of the spot where I have a little too much. That's not bad. That down. Try and get rid of the excess. With a little brush here. Not bad. Now I got some on my brush that I can use. Let's see. There. Red. Very, very subtle indeed. Indeed. All right, let's get this guy away for now. what I was doing earlier was I was just kind of pumping the copper paint into that and using the brush. It works a lot better. Oh yeah, delicious hot fresh coffee. I'm good to go. So I want some colors on the these detailed areas here, and I got some sort of bronzes and browns. Let me get this one. Actually, I'll use the other end. And see if I can get these raised parts here. Kind of looks like pipes, maybe. Cooling tubes, exhaust ports. I don't know. But we'll just highlight them. All right, I colored outside the line a little bit. Let's see if I can just get rid of it with my blade. Just gently scrape it away without touching the paint too much. That's not too bad. Barely noticeable. Barely visible at all. Alright, so I've got a different one here. This one's like a little bit of a darker brown. Take this one around the front. There's a bit of a raised area here. Let's try the brush tip. Tiny details. Sort of blends with the other gunmetal black color quite well. Putting it on top of the sort of rusty brown kind of blends it in. That's all right. Feeling that little divot right there. It's like a line right here. So, whoever's here, let me know if you guys are working on anything. Building any models tonight? Or are you just chilling out on Valentine's Day? Right? YouTube and chill with your boo? Hey, baby, let's watch model building videos and chill. All right. Giggity, giggity. Let's see. Let's get this sort of goldy one right here. Get in these squares. Give that a minute. Spooge a bit of it on here. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but we got all these little, yeah, we can see those little circles right there at the corners. And then the bottom side one there has a couple circles on it. I'm going to put a dot of color on those, highlight them. Let's get a little bit of this one's sort of like a bronze, I think. Let's see if we can get these little squares right here. It's kind of gold. There we go. That's not bad. Let's flip that around. And see if I can get some of that across this. There. That's not bad. There. Just refine that line a little bit. Like that. Let's see, we got this green one. Let's see how that looks. Let's get the tip in there. It's all like frayed. I'm frayed. Let me see if I can just trim it up a little bit. Get that tip a little smoother. We use this one a lot on the Klingon ships, so it's a little bit worn out. cool. Let's see, where else can we do green? We'll do those circle thingies in green. Got a couple here. One right there. And these little squares. Nice. All right, let's get this sort of browny one again. Do these panels right here. So different shapes. So the bottom of this is asymmetrical in a few spots, which is kind of cool. Not something you notice while you're watching the show. Actually, not something you notice at all until you're looking at a detailed model. And this one's not even that detailed, it's just tiny. It's too tiny. I do have some larger models that I'll be working on in the future. But I got given a few kits of the 2500 scale models, and they're just fun. Having fun with them, doing little mods. I did the Enterprise 2500 scale original Enterprise, and it's in this butter dish right here. And if we take that off, we can see we got a little field of stars there. And if we look at the button, we got a little Enterprise with the lights. I wasn't able to get any lights around the edge of the saucer, and I wasn't able to get those 4 rectangular ones in the top, simply because there's absolutely no space in between there. The 2 pieces on the inside are face to face, touching each other. So I made the little bottom sensor dome there with just building up glue and baking soda, crazy glue and baking soda. You build it up into a dome. Same thing with the top dome. And the boobsard collectors, I call them that because they're a little bit pronounced. I gotta file those down a little bit, make them a little bit more domey. So yeah, there we go. That's my little Enterprise in a bottle, so to speak. Ship in a bottle. It's one of my little tiny projects that I've been doing. There's another one. So this one I made from a drawing that I had done. And I had the 2500 Enterprise B kit there, so I decided to make that. And yeah, she lights up because of course she does. So I'm currently working on a larger version of this using the Excelsior kit. And I'm a little bit into my build video series. I'm working on part 3, started right now. Well, not right now because I'm doing this, but I'm working on it. But let's get this guy done. My light's back so I can see what I'm doing. A little coffee out of the cup there. Mm-hmm. That's good. All right, so I got a silver one. I don't want to use that one. I want to use some of this. Right in there. Right on that. Oh, look at it go. That's so cool. That's so cool. All right, I can just kind of leave that. That looks great. Like that. Excellent. This is working out pretty good. I haven't really used this stuff much, so I'm still kind of in awe of the way it just kind of creeps around all the crevices on its own. But the capillary effect, really fun. Lots of fun. Fun. That's too much. Let's see if we can get a bit into here. So maybe it's too rough right there. I didn't smooth it down enough. It doesn't want to creep into that spot. Give it a bit of encouragement. Just get a swab here. All right. Let's get some into this one. Let's see if I can get some around here without causing too much of a mess. vertical as well. I got a miss there. Not too bad. I was able to clean that up a little bit. Alright, so I'm not going to try to put any panel lining around that part again. I made it very messy. Very, very messy. And I'm going to see. That was nary a drop there. Okay, I'm not sure if that's worth the. I can probably just dab it right there, right off the swabby. I think just doing that gets enough into those lines, and not very much of a line in there, of a groove. So that's enough to just highlight that slightly. That's all we needed to do. Rubby rub. All right, let's see if I can get some into these grooves here. Just like that. Just like that. Oh, look at it creeping along there. Cool. That's sort of satisfying. Not bad. See if I can duplicate it on the other side. Much of this flowing down the line there. Let's get a fresh thing here. Alright, that didn't work. Those lines just aren't groovy enough, man. They're too far out. Alright, get rid of the big puddle of it right there. See if I can smush a bit into here just off of this. I can see it. Good enough. He's good. He's good like that. Okay, we need a stand for this little thing. First, we need a little bit more. We need more color. Paint the end of this kind of orange. Sort of a orangey gold. And we've got a little bit of detail there on like the top edge of this gun thing. Just gonna highlight that a bit like that. There we go. There's the red. Where's my red one? Is that it? I was using it earlier, wasn't I not? There it is. There it is. Couple of red dots. Just a bit. Let's get this darker one. See if I can get some of these little squares. Go right up in there. Alright, it's looking kind of not bad. Kinda not bad. Like that, but it means I have to do the gold bit again. That little window out. I think I'm going to call it there. Let's get the little get the little orange pieces. Where's my thingies? Here we go. Okay, let's get this little guy in here. Right like that. Let's see if I can hold it in with this stuff. Push down there for a second. Well, several seconds. Hopefully that stays in place. Just hold it right there. Hold it right there a little bit. Almost sent it flying. All right, got the other hockey stick. Put that hockey stick in there. Some sticky liquid. Stick down the hockey stick. All right, so I made a couple of pieces to go right there. Problem was I tried to save on material and I cut them both from this piece, and because of the way these lines are, let me see that. We got lines like that, so I want the lines like that. The other piece ended up with the lines kind of askew, and I don't like that. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to try to get the outline that I need. First, I got to determine which side it is, because I don't think it's going to fit both sides. I think it's only going to fit one side. This one? No. Okay, so it's over here. Okay, looks like I gotta make it just a tiny bit shorter. Doesn't quite want to fit in there. So I'm going to grab my fret leveling beam. And I'm just going to try and get just a little bit off of that. Not too much. Hopefully I can get in there without dropping it into the hole. Because if I do, it's not coming out. Just use the force a little. Channel the dark side. The corner sort of squished itself into there, which is not bad. I'd like it to be slightly inset. But it's not going to be. I'm going to take what I can get. That's in there. I'll stop messing with it before I end up pushing it right into there. Okay, so boom. So now this side, I'm going to put my piece of tape. I'm going to get my bespoke antler burnishing tool here that I made. Just going to rub around the edges, kind of around the outside. Just give the rim a little rub, just like that. Okay, so cut that out. Mary says, rim job. Yep, rim job. It's a real rim job over here, Mary. All right, so I got that. And I want to get it on a spot right here where it's sort of straight up and down. Take a look at the little grid there. We can see that. So we get this thing. Ow. Sometimes that thing gets a little hot. A little hot sometimes. Just a tad toasty. Throw the tweezers away. I'm gonna need to tweeze later. I need those. Okay. Alright, that's a more satisfying piece. Except that I made the angles in reverse. Maybe there's still enough left that I can fix it. All right, let's just opposite these angles right here. I should have stuck my tape on the other side of this. That was my mistake. Flip it around. Is that your tape? Well, that's a shame. Right. Should have kept that tape on my thumbnail. I need it again. Is this it? It is. It is right here. Okay. This on the proper side. Get the Sonic Saber again. Yeah, I'm going to hold it with this because it kind of gets hot sometimes. All right, my beller. That's my beller. All right, so we're going to make it thinner. See if that's thin enough. Do not fall in there. All right, so we're going to take a little more off the side. Slightly shorten the length of my fingers a little bit. They're too long anyway. Don't fall in there. Trolls in the kitchen.
It's too.
Yeah, because of this.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if it'll go in now. So we need just a little bit more off of just one edge. So I'll get my fine tune chisel right here. I can see the line that needs to be cut. Little chunk out of it. No, it fell in there. It fell inside. That's not what I wanted to happen. Don't know how I'm going to get that out of there. There's like wires right in the way, right literally behind that hole. Right, well, I guess I'll have to leave it in there and try again. It's my only option. This is no longer flat. Let's see if I can get the right shape. That's kind of a bummer. Bit of a disaster. Bit of a disaster. Just a bit narrower. And if it curves inward, that's not a big deal. It's not going to be that noticeable. What will be noticeable though is that it's not the right size. It's a little small. So I'd really like to get that other one out of there. How? Like I can't even see inside there. To see where it is. It's loose, but there's like wires like right behind the opening and a light right there. So for me to get that back to where the opening is to be able to get it out is going to be quite the task. I don't know if it's going to be possible. Feel around there with these tweezers and see if I can. think to slide over to the right position. Might be able to slide it back to that hole. Well, now it's not shaking around anymore. It's stuck in there somewhere. That's even worse than terrible. All right, well, I guess I'll have to try to use the one that doesn't quite fit. Don't really have much of a choice. So I'll put just a dot of glue right there. I'll stick that. Shove it in there. And I'll have to try to fill up the gap with some putty or something. And a little bit of glue. There. All right, it's in. It's going to be a little bit of a light leak right there, but not really a huge concern because it's not really a huge model. Squish it in a bit. There we go. Like I said, I can fill that with paint probably. Yes, I could probably just cure that with paint. That's if I can find. There we go. Paint I made yesterday for this. Let's get some of it. I'm just gonna put it right in there. Little bit of side effect from the glue there. That's okay. Didn't quite wait long enough. Not bad, I'll let that dry. I can take a little bit out. Let's plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. See how it looks. We get 12:15. I'm going to pack it in after we light this bad boy up. Streamed earlier with this thing, and we made some pretty good progress. Got all the painting finished up mostly, and the masking off. Did a few touch-ups here and there. Let's fire it up. Lower the lights. And take a look. So I'm calling it the acquisition class. Let me get me. Hold on. Hold on now. There we go. Oh, look at that. There we go. Let's turn it down just a little. There, just so it's not quite as glary. Got that nice sort of wine glass on the top there. Got our kind of a deflector array, a dish, a little bit of a spot coming through there. It's not bad. Got some windows. I'll have to clean the windows out. I'll just have to clear those a little bit. Some nice detail on the weapon thing there. Well, thanks, Mary. Mary says, nice job, babe. Whoever this Mary lady is, she's seeming nice. I wonder if she's busy for Valentine's Day. All right. So I'm going to take a bunch of photos of this. I don't know what we're going to call it yet. If anyone in the chat or watching the stream can think of a name for this, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Get me up on my channel. Because I like building the models, but I don't like giving them names. Come on, tape. Why are you doing this to me? Why is the tape doing this to me at this time? Trying to make me look all, confused and disoriented. Okay, this should not be this hard to get the tape off the thing here, but that's how it goes. That's how it goes near me. Stuck all over my fingers. Stuck all over my fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put this thing on like a little base. Stand, a battery box or something. I'll figure it out. But I gotta say, it's kind of cool looking. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think it focuses better if I have it right on this card. Torch light. There we go. So this is like the sort of a pirate vessel, I guess. It's a pirate ship. It's quick and maneuverable. Lots of firepower. Lots of cargo hold. Carry all that gold pressed latinum around. Whatever other acquisitions they happen to acquire. Get a little bit. I tried to get a little bit of details into there. It doesn't work great in low light. There we go. Kind of hard to get in there with some paint, but I got a bit of detail in there. That's a little impulse deck from the 2500 Excelsior, or the Enterprise B, I should say. It's a little command area, bridge center, I guess. So that indicates that this thing's fairly big. So this is our bridge, and we'll assume that the bridge part of it towards the front is similar in size to a Federation one. So that being the bridge, then the rest of it's pretty massive. This could be the chiller grill, the plasma chiller right there. We've got the warp engines coming out the back, and we'll get the plasma chiller thing right there. I don't know. I'm not a technobabble expert or a Star Trek scientist. I just make cool models. And this one's pretty cool. Turned out great. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's put it into space. And, well, first I'm going to put it on a stand. And once I've done that, I'll get it off into space and take some pictures and see how it looks in space. So, and now people start coming right when I'm about to finish. The model student says, the power of the pin wash. Cool. Thank you, my friend. Lumpy McLumpster, Johnny says, looks very cool. Model student says, love those AK markers. Not sad I bought the set. I use them a lot. Yeah, I'm just starting to use them more. I used a few on there. I got these ones that I've been using for a while. They're also pretty good. They're inexpensive. Metallic marker pens. So this concludes the Ferenghi fabrication. Fun times. I'll finish this off. I'll put a base on it. And like I said, I'll take some pictures. I'll show them off in Discord. I'll post some posts on YouTube and whatever various social medias. And until next time, I'll be on the Sunday Fun Day stream with HTM. Hobby Time Modelers tomorrow. Model Citizen says dope. Dope. Yeah, that's dope. For sure. Check this one out. That's dope. This one is my Cardassian ship. Just get that guy going. So that's the Cardassian model that I turned into a imposter of a Federation ship. There's my other glasses. Can't see with these glasses. There's my other glasses. Model Citizen says, I like to thin it with mineral spirit and use a small brush, sometimes for super small stuff. All right, I'll have to try that. I don't have any mineral spirits, but I can get some. I don't have a lot of experience using this stuff. This is like maybe the second time I ever really used it. So good to know. Any new information? Any tips and tricks are always welcome. It's nice to learn new stuff. So yeah, this little guy's made entirely out of the Cardassian ship parts. I used no other parts, no extra bits of plastic. The deflector and the Broussard collectors are made from glue and baking soda built up into the shapes I wanted, into little domes. And I thought it was fun to make, and I did it pretty much just for the challenge of doing it, just to see if I could. We got our little position lights there, and there, and on the bottom. So the copper looking part in the middle is sort of just suspended in the ring of glue and baking soda. And speaking of glue, I gotta get a little glue into that because it's kind of loose right there. I'll do that another time. So there's the only other time I used that pin wash was right there, the first time I used it, on that little bit right there, which is the arm for the stand from the large Cardassian model, which I didn't use because I made a different sort of stand. And I didn't put a switch in this one, so I gotta just take the battery out for now until I fix it up. Add a switch. Some glasses. Now I can see. It says, feel the flow. Yes, feel the flow. And we got the man who needs cookies. The man who needs cookies. Oh, love to be used as a human toilet. Oh, good for you. That's excellent. All right. Thanks for everybody popping in tonight for my second round of live streaming. Thanks for watching me work on this weird little Ferengi modded ship right here. So if you're not subscribed, hit that button down there and hit that one that looks like a thumb doing this. Hit that one too. That one up. Subscribe. I live stream every Saturday at 7 and sometimes again at 11, and every Friday night with Hobby Time Modelers, and every Sunday afternoon with Hobby Time Modelers. That's HTM. There should be a link in the description. If not, there's a link to it on my YouTube channel. So everybody keep on trekking. Thanks for being a loyal shiphead and a new shiphead. And we'll see you guys on the next stream or the next video. Take care. Let's roll that beautiful starship footage.